Why would I catch an Uber when the dude has a car? Come get me.
Whoop, 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 whoop. The police. Hey y'all, it's your girl Kai and I'm back with another video. Okay, so as you guys can see by the title, today's video is going, hold on. Today's video is going to be a story time of the worst dates ever. Literally the worst that I've ever been on. And in honor of this story time, I got all glammed up for y'all. Hold on, let me take the glasses off. I'm not a makeup artist or anything like that, nothing crazy. But it definitely looks way better than when old girl did my makeup in that video. Yeah. But yeah, so make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Turn your post notifications on so you know whenever I post a new video. And if you like these earrings and this necklace, they'll be linked in the description box. They're just $5, you know, nothing crazy. But yeah, let me get into the story. So this story takes place last year. It was
it last year?
Or it might have been January of this year. I'm not really sure. I want to say it's January this year, and you guys will hear why. So before I tell you guys about the date exactly, I'm going to tell you guys about how I met the boy who we're going to call JP. He goes by JP in real life, but that's not his real name, and I don't think he watches my videos, and if he does, I don't care. But we're gonna call him JP. And yeah, so let me tell you guys about our relationship and how we even got to the point of going on the date. So basically I met JP because he was in the same city as my college. He was from my college town, or not from there, but he lived in my college town because he went to the community college here. So basically he DM'd me one day on Instagram. We were DMing back and forth. I was like texting back slow. He was probably texting back slow too. It was something crazy, and I was like in between, you know, young men, because I had just got out of a relationship, so I wasn't looking for nothing serious. And one day he had texted me. He was like, if I got messages, I'll put them up here, but I think he was like, what are you doing? How was your day? And I was like, oh, it was okay, or oh, it was bad. And I was like, because I've been feeling sick. So like no COVID, nothing, but I was just like feeling sick. And he was like, oh, like what do you normally do when you feel sick? Like what's your go-to to make you feel better? And I was like, my mama made me some feel-good tea, but I don't have the ingredients at my house, and I didn't at the time. So he was like, oh, you want me to bring it to you? And I was like, yeah, like if you want. And I lived in an apartment complex, so I met him at the front. I didn't tell him like where I stayed exactly at the apartment complex, but I was like, I mean, if I just tell him like where I'm at in the front, then he could just drop it off to me. He don't know where I live at exactly, and you know, it's still like the safest way to do things and get the stuff that make me feel better. So basically, not to get too much detail about that story, he ended up bringing the stuff, and I was like, oh, that was so sweet or whatever. Then the next day he like came over, still didn't tell him where I stayed at exactly, and we just walked around out in front of my apartment complex because there was like this sidewalk around this pond thing. It was during the day or whatever, and it was cool vibe. He was real chill. He was a cool dude basically. So that was that. Yeah, so basically after that day, maybe like a couple days later, he ended up actually coming to my actual place. We just chilled and watched movies, nothing crazy. And then like, you know, from there on, he became my little sneaky link.
Ooh, you whore.
Yes, he became my sneaky link because like I said, I wasn't looking for nothing serious because I had just got out of over a year-long relationship, and I was kind of looking for a little rebound to get my mind off old dude. That's probably the wrong way to do things, but like I told him up front like what it was, like nothing serious, like we both knew. He ended up catching feelings for me. I not so much, But let's get into the actual where the date comes in at. So December and Christmas rolls around, and you know I'm back at home with my family. I'm not in my college town no more. And basically me and him had like stopped talking because he had did something. I can't even remember. He had did something, and like I just didn't like it or whatever, and we stopped talking. And then he hit me up like December 31st. You know how everybody be trying to make their amends before the new year. And he was like, oh, I don't want to go into the new year without you. If I got a message, I'll put them up here. I'm not sure if I have them or not. He was like, I don't want to go into the new year without you. XYZ, my little baby, da, 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 woo, woo, woo. And I'm just like, okay, boo. Like, okay, we'll see. So basically when I got back to my, you know, college town, he ended up taking me on a date. Because like up until that point we had never like been on a date. I didn't really want to go on a date like sneakingly for a reason, you know what I mean? Like this wasn't that. This was not that. So it's fine, you know. I know my worth and everything, but like that's just what I wanted to do at the time. I wasn't trying to go on no dates, or would have been very well been on a date or something. So yeah, oh, okay, y'all, I remember what he did. Okay, so basically we had stopped talking for some reason, and then basically come to find out he was talking to another girl or something like that, which I wasn't really tripping off it. I was just like acting like play mad, but like it was like we stopped talking because I wanted to go to the store to get a plan B. Like we didn't like go all the way and for me to be like, oh my god, I could possibly be pregnant. Like it wasn't like that. It was just like a just in case, because like I know some people do get, you know, pregnant off of pre, but like I don't think I'm that girl. But just you know, be on the safe side, you know what I mean? So that's why. And then basically he was trying to get me to walk to go get it. He was like, not walk, but he was like, catch a Uber. You can't catch a Uber. Da, 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 woo, woo, woo. I was like,
why would I catch an Uber when the dude has a car? Come get me and take me to go get this plan B.
Then I got the plan B and I spent all the money. Kim up all the money for the plan B.
You stupid.
So we started talking because of that. And then like basically after that, that was just that. Like the ride there, awkward and silent. The ride back, awkward and silent. I make sure I slammed that door. And then that was wraps for me and him. So basically he ended up talking to this other girl while we would stop talking, which I did not care, honestly, quite frankly. It was more so just like the respect thing about the plan, because it's like, you have a whole car. Why would I Uber? No, sir. Come get me. He was like, I'm at work. Da da woo woo woo. And I was like, well, I go back to, you know, Jax. I go back to Jax later on today. This was before I had left for Christmas break. I was like, oh, I go back to Jax today. I'm leaving around 6 o'clock. He was like, well, I don't get off work till 6. I was like, okay, well then come get me at 6. Like he was trying to find a way to not come get me, but I wasn't going for it basically. So basically that happened, and then yeah, he texted me, you know, New Year's Eve, and I'm just like, no, I don't really like the way you did that. I don't respect that at all. Like at all. Like no, we're come on, like how old are we? Basically. So yeah, that was pretty much that. So we ended up going on this date because I was like, I guess like that's the vibe I was giving him. I was just like, like, oh, that was sweet, but like in real life I was still very much nonchalant, very much not trying to hear it, very much still standoffish towards him, because I was like, I'm just not messing with that. Like, you're not my dude or nothing, but like so he was like, oh, let me take you on a date or whatever. So he was like, where you want to go? I should have knew it was gonna be bad after that, because why you asking me where I want to go when you're the one taking me on a date? Or at least give me some options or something. You want to go here or you want to go here, you know, something. But you like, I'm planning the date that you're taking me on. No, sir. So I was like, oh, I really don't know. Like, I don't know. I said I wanted to go to Buffalo Wild Wings.
You stupid.
Maybe that's on me. Oh,
Did I say I wanted to go there?
that don't sound like something that will come out of my mouth. I think he asked me though. I was like, I don't know. We could go anywhere. Like, it really don't matter. And I think he suggested Buffalo Wild Wings. I was like, yeah, we can go there. I really don't think I came up with that off rip, but I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. We ended up going there though. So the day rolls around. I come outside, you know, whatever. And then I get in the car and we're driving. I get in the car, I'm like, hey, hey. Very much the same energy. I was like, hey. Yeah. He was trying to hug me and all that. And he was like, I can't get no hug. I was like, I mean, get him a little side hug, a little church hug, if you will. Like, you're not getting all this energy. No. Not the way you handled that last situation. Never will I ever. So, we're driving and I'm on my phone, the passenger seat being cute. And this is important. He was a dealer. And let me describe him to y'all just in case y'all like put a little face with the person. He wasn't that tall, but he wasn't like super short. He was maybe like 5'8", 5'9". I don't really know heights like that to be pinpointing it, but like I think he was around my best friend height. He had waves, dark skin, he had goals. From time to time, he had nice teeth or whatever. And he wasn't a skinny mini like normally how I be choosing them. I don't even be choosing skinny minis, but he was a thick. Like I call him thick. Like whenever I talk to my mom about him or my sisters about him or my friends about him, I'd be like, you know, the thick boy from Gainesville. That's how I describe him. So he was a little thick one. He had no like belly or nothing though, but it was just like, you know, he was one of those stocky dudes. I guess that's how you use that word. I don't really know, but like put a face with it if you want to. He was cute. So yeah. So we're driving, or he's driving. I'm in passenger seat on my phone, and he's driving like pretty fast though. And I'm in my head like, he driving kind of fast. But I'm not gonna say nothing. Like we're about to be there. The place ain't but so far. He got the GPS on. I know we going straight there. It ain't but 10-15 minute drive. Not even 15, I didn't think, from where I stayed at. So we're driving, and then like, you know, when you about to go through a light, or like you get a certain intersection and it's like, you know, to slow down even if you're speeding, because like, you know, the police might be at the intersection. Not only did he not slow down, but it was one of the drives where like you drive and you're already speeding, and then like the road does a little hump and dump. Like it picks you up and drops you down. Like the road was like, had a little hump in it, and you're going fast. Like now it's super noticeable. So we humped and dumped, and I looked up. As I looked up, I see a 30 miles per hour speed limit sign right when we're going through like the light area. Like we're not too far from the light, or we had just went through it. I look up and I'm like, damn, you going pretty fast for 30. You going mighty fast for 30. In my head though, I'm like, nah, we about to be there, whatever. Maybe like 5 minutes left, maybe. As soon as that thought crossed my mind, maybe like 5 seconds later, whoop, 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 the police. The police, Popo, 12, behind us, red and blue lights. I'm like this. I looked at him, I'm just like, so as he pulls over, he was like,
dang, I was speeding.
See a 30 miles per hour speed limit sign. Were you speeding? What you think? What you think? You had to ask that. You knew you were speeding. I was like, yes. And I was thinking when we was driving, I was like, damn, he going fast for 30. But I ain't say it. I was like, I should have said something. I should have told you to slow down. So I put my phone down my lap, and I have my hands on the dashboard, obviously, because, you know, I'm black. Let's just cut it out now. So he puts his phone down. He puts his hands on the steering wheel, whatever. Like steering wheel up there by the dashboard or whatever. And I looked at him. I was like, cause you already on my list at this point. Like you already on my list trying to get back in my good graces. Then you want to pull this? You can't even drive right. We can't even get to the destination without having to be stopped by the popo. I'm never coming on there with you ever again. Don't ask me no more. And no, the answer is no. So I'm just like, but I'm looking at him just like this. I'm not like worried really. I'm just upset. Like I'm just like, this is irritating Like I don't like dealing with the, you know, like I would rather not be pulled over. You know what I mean? Like I just want to get my destination and go where I gotta go without having to be stopped. So I'm just like, this is irritating. Like, I really, like, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, take me home. At this point, I was just like, take me home, take me home, take me home in my head. I didn't say it out loud, though. So I'm like, this man is a dealer. Like, does he have anything in here? Like, what if the police tell us to get out? Like, and then he smokes in his car sometimes. So it's like, it's a hint of Mary Jane in here. Like, you know, anybody could smell it. Like, as soon as you open the door, like, once you're sitting in the car long enough, it's like, you get used to the smell. Don't really smell like it. But you just walk into the car, you're a police officer, you say, roll that window down, Mary Jane. Like, that's it. So I'm just like, oh, this finna be some shit. So the police officer walks up. He was like, hey, like, he was a nice, he was a white man. He was real cool or whatever. He was like, hey, you know how fast you were going? Woo, you know, you were speeding, you know, I pulled you over. That whole conversation. He was like, I was speeding, and he was like, yeah, you know, speed limit. He was like, oh, no, I don't know. He was like, well, it's a sign right there, a 30 miles per hour speed limit sign. So I don't know how you don't know. And I'm just in my head like, yeah, like, it's literally a sign. Like, you sound dumb. Were you not watching the road when you were driving to not know the speed limit? Like, you could have said anything else. You could have been like, oh, yeah, it's 30, right? Like, what? How fast was I going? Like, something. But you were like, nah, I don't know the speed limit. That mean that sound like your ass wasn't paying attention. It sound like it need to take you in. Like, that's what it sounds like. So, but the officer was like, oh, well, it's a speed limit sign right there. It's a sign right there. Speed limit is 30, you know, around campus areas. Woo, woo, woo. Basically trying to get him to understand, like, I don't know how you don't know, but for future reference, the speed limit is 30 when you're in this area, because no, sir. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So, he was like, okay, yeah, whatever. He handed him his license and registration. He had to reach over and on my side and, like, open the glove box. And I was like, I hope he don't, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, he handed it to him. He went to his car, you know, I guess ran everything to make sure he's kind of worn out for his arrest or nothing crazy. Then the officer came back and he was like, just make sure you're going to speed limit. Basically let him off with a warning. And I was like, thank God, because, ooh, child. I just got a notification that my storage full, so let me speed it up. But yeah, so we ended up going to Buffalo Wild Wings. We sat in there. I was on my phone, not talking to him that much. He was like,
Damn, you gonna be on your phone the whole time. You've been on your phone the whole time. You're not gonna talk to me.
And I put my phone and I was like, what you want to talk about? Like, do you want to talk? Like, because at this point, it's like, I just don't respect you. Like, I don't respect how you move. Like, I just, like, I'm just here for the food. You know what I mean? But I got my food. I barely ate. After that, we pretty much left. We was in and out. We didn't stay there too long. Maybe like an hour, 30 minutes, if that. I really don't think it was that long. We ended up going back to the house. Then we sat in the car. And he was trying to talk and stuff, and I was just like, I mean, like, this is how I feel about the situation. He was like,
yeah, my bad. Like, I should have did that. I should have handled it a different way.
and I'm like, yeah, you should have. I agree, 100%. That was on you. But good night. You're not coming in. You're not spending the night. Like, I hope you don't think this is that anymore. And yeah, that was pretty much it. We ended up talking, like, because he was cool, like I said. Like, other than that, he was cool. So we ended up, like, talking or whatever. He came over. We never really did anything else after that, though. He tried one time, and I was like, no. And then for Valentine's Day, my birthday's the day after Valentine's Day. For Valentine's Day, he had brought me an edible arrangement, a bear. You know, he came over. He laid on the foot of my bed because I was not letting him lay at the top. And then basically he just left, and I didn't hear from him again after that. He didn't even tell me happy birthday. I guess he was mad because I didn't really give him no energy after he brought the Valentine's Day gifts. But I'm like, what did you expect? No regrets. Anyway. But yeah, that's my story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Getting into the makeup one time for the one time. I had like all of 5 items. Like, I really just used what I had, and I don't have much at all. Don't know where all my makeup went, but like, it's pretty much just a whole bunch of BS on my face that I tried to make work. So if it's not looking too good to y'all, keep it to yourself. Just be happy to be here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, the whole 9. Let me know what y'all want to see down below. Any more story times y'all want to see, a couple of experiences you think I might have had. I might, you know, throw that in there. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. If you're loyal and you keep coming back and back and back and back again like you always do, you know I rocks with you. You know I love you. If you're new, make sure you subscribe so you can be loyal and I can love you too. I love you anyway. And yeah, if nobody else told you today, I love you. Period. Moral of the story: if you come across JP and he asks you to go on a date, make sure he is not speeding. If you go on a date, period, make sure they are not speeding, or that they're a person that's safe, that you trust to be in the car with, that won't get you pulled over or put you in no danger. Basically, I wasn't in danger or nothing like that, but getting pulled over, that's enough for me. Let's pack it up. And if the sneaky link do something that you don't like, unlink it. Just let that link, let it go. You know what I mean? Like, there's no coming back. If you're like me, that's pretty much just wraps. You know what I mean? If I would have liked him for real, it probably would have been a little different, but I didn't. I just didn't. He was telling me he loved me and all this stuff, and I was just like, I'm so sorry. I'm an honest person. So yeah, I'm rambling. I know how you feel about that Nisha girl, my bad. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna leave. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all go. Bye. If you loyal and it's your time coming back, like you done been here, you're back again and again and again and again, you come back and again, all like, goddamn. Yeah, that's pretty much it.